Hello, Duffy and Craig here for another walk and talk. This time it's on a topic voted on by you wonderful people. And I mean wonderful. You are genuinely wonderful people. And I'm very grateful for everyone that's engaging in these posts and making me feel like I'm vaguely interesting. So thank you. And I'll continue to push these videos out until you let me know that you're not watching them anymore and I've run out of topics. But look, the topic we voted on this week was champion building. A very, very important topic for salespeople. If you're a sales professional, you probably already know what the topic of champion building is. If you don't work in sales, you're probably wondering, what the hell is he talking about? Why is he building champions? Well, is he some kind of Roman person in a Colosseum calling upon a champion to fight for him? Bit weird. Well, it's kinda. There's some similarities there. The thing about being a sales professional is you have to very quickly get comfortable with the fact that you're not the star of the show. Seems a bit odd because I think the profession is associated with big egos and people that are quite needy and like attention. I think these are misnomers. I think proper sales professionals and experienced ones that last the test of time and build really strong customer relations understand that they play a supporting role. And that supporting role is to their champion. Or in some instances, depending on the complexity of your sale, your champions. You may have multiple champions. So, what is a champion? A champion, when we're talking in the sales profession, is someone who wants to change their business. Simply put, it's not somebody who just wants to clock in and clock out within their working hours, operate the business, ruffle as little feathers as possible. No. Dear God, no. A champion is someone who wants to change things, wants to drive their business forward to a new future state. So, how do you build a champion? Well, the first step is you have to actually be able to add value to the champion's life. Step one, make sure that you can actually align to their objective and you can help them with the change they're trying to achieve. Don't focus on selling your product. That won't get you far. Understand the change this person is trying to deliver and get behind them. If you do that, and if your product and services are aligned to helping them achieve that objective, then maybe not only will they be a champion for the change they want to deliver in their business, they'll become a champion for change with your solution and with your engagement. And you know what? If you conduct yourself with extreme levels of professionalism, you deliver a ton of value to them from a business and a personal perspective, then maybe they become a champion for you personally as well. So there are 3 stages of championing. Champion for change, identify it, align to it. Champion for change with your technology and your solution, your engagement. And then thirdly, a champion for you personally or your team. If you want to build champions, again, focus on driving value. I'll give you a few examples. First and foremost, if you think about the change that most champions are trying to drive, it has to deliver quantifiable business value. That means you have to be able to build a business case of some sorts, or at least some description of the value using their metrics, ones that are credible, that they can share with the C-suite. Now, in my experience, not all champions have experience of building business cases, but you do. This is literally what you do for a living. You walk around speaking to different companies, trying to help them achieve change. You quite often will have access to a value consultant within your company that can help them build a world-class business case. You'd be amazed how far that will go in terms of building a champion. You show them how to do it once, it's their business case, they present it back, it's amazing. The other thing you can do is obviously help them build an MVP. Provide them with technical skill sets and assistance, you know, particularly if you operate in a tricky sector like I do in data and AI. Give them access to a data scientist or a data engineer that's very good at their job. They can prove out a concept. They can align that to the business case you help them build. And like, they're cooking on gas at that point. That's adding value. You're taking them towards that future state they so desire. You can do other things. Like if you have access to big technical communities and they're trying to hire people, that's a big problem for people these days, particularly in data and AI, getting the skill sets into the business. Let them present at your events. They can talk about their projects and what they're doing with data to that community, and hopefully it helps them hire some people. Or maybe they're trying to get to that next level in their own career, and this is helping them prove to their business they can be a brand ambassador for what they're doing. These are important things. You could, as a salesperson, and quite often I tell this to some of our strategic account managers, Duffy, come! He's got the whiff of a sheep. Yeah, strategic accounts, particularly where you're working massive, large, complex accounts, you can pull together organisations. You know, different brands, different business units, different parts of the organisation. You speak to them all. It's your day job. A lot of your champions may not necessarily get around the whole business. The fact that you do, and the fact that you can bring them all together, get some consistency and alignment, you can also help them overcome reinventing the wheel. You can purvey best practices, all sorts of things you can do to add value. So that's really the key to champion building. Focus on the value that you can deliver to their change aspirations, how you get behind it, how you accelerate it, but also how you can help them and their teams progress their careers as well. And if you focus on that rather than necessarily trying to sell your product, what you'll actually find is you don't even need to sell your product. And what I mean by that is your champion will sell it for you. They will take it to their executive suite. You won't have to say a word, maybe a few supporting lines here and there, but they will own the assets, they will own the asks of the business, and rightly so, they will get all of the credit. So, by the way, I just went through a little bit of a jungle there. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of when you know champion building has worked, is when you quite literally do not even have to try and sell your solution, and they do it for you. Incrementally through the engagement, but also right at the end, generally when it gets a bit tough and they're presenting to their executives, their lawyers, their procurement people. So anyway, those are my thoughts on champions and champion building. Hopefully you found that useful. I'm sure there are lots of ideas that I've forgotten about that you might want to bring to the attention of people watching this video. Leave some comments below. Duffy! I've just lost my dog.